Hey, what's up? What's up? Alright, so I'm making this video as my 1 year post chemo video because yesterday July 25th marked my 1 year post chemo, as in like first day off chemo was July 25th of 2011. So making this video because people have been calling for it. Well, I've been getting a couple messages here and there, so I was like, alright, cool. Better appease those people. And plus, I figured it would be a good chance to do a little sort of debrief on what the comeback is like and the recovery's like. Because I'm still going through that, and it took me a while to figure all that stuff out too. It's survivorship is its own world. So, alright, where to start? I have hair again. It's really cool. I like my hair. I remember the first day I got a haircut, I was like, oh god, I can't believe I have to do this stuff again. But, you know, you get used to it. Let's see. Oh, so I have a little thing on the side. So if I look to the side, it's because I didn't want to ramble on this one, even though I'm going to end up doing it anyways. But now I'm rambling with a script. So I'm just worse. Okay, so let's see. Things I still have. I still have hyperpigmentation. So if you can see that right there. Those right there, and it's all over my back as well. That's a side effect from bleomycin. It basically won't go away for about a year or two more, just because that's when it takes as long as the new skin cells take to come in. So that's that. I have hair again, all over. It's great. One thing you might notice, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can still faintly see my chemo vein. It runs up that way, here. That's pretty much gone. Ooh, I think you can. If you just pause it. It looks like a lightning bolt. It's going to right there, up, out. It's a bit dark. So I actually got a chemo burn on that vein during my second cycle. It was my intense 5-day thing, like days 1 through 5, because I got hit on it 4 of those 5 days. Because that was a masochist vein is what we called it, because it just kept popping up. So that was that. Alright, quick timeline. October I got my all clear, because in July I didn't. So the reason I didn't is because my particular germ cell tumor, embryonal carcinoma, is known for it's infamous for leaving behind necrotic tissue or dead tissue, and so that's tissue that their cells are no longer alive, so they're not cancerous cells that are spreading, but the body doesn't necessarily filter them out right away. So we decided to wait for a little while and do another set of tests in October. October I got the NED, no evidence of disease, which is the all clear in case you're wondering, and that was a really awesome day, and then that weekend was a really awesome weekend. So yeah. But at the same time, that was the start of survivorship, which I didn't realize was tough, to say the least. It's one thing finishing, like the whole chemo thing, and then because that's something that's very active. Survivorship for your first year sucks because every little headache, back pain, ab pain, pain in general, you just think, oh my god, cancer's back again. Like, every time I wasn't hungry in the morning, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting morning sickness again. My HCG level must be up. Burden of knowledge. Sometimes knowing too much can be a bad thing for you. But it's been a rough year psychologically as well as physically. So I'll get more into that later. January, let's see. January I got to go ahead to start working out a little bit harder. And that was nice because it was like, all right, cool. I can finally start rebuilding myself because I had lost everything. I used to be very athletic. So some of you guys know this if you've checked out my other blog. I am a world-class taekwondo competitor. I was at the 2007 and 2010 national and world championships representing Team USA. They're actually getting ready for their World Championships right now. They're 10 days from opening ceremony, so good luck, you guys, if you see this. Wish I was there with you, but I'm orientation leading over the summer, and I need a little break. Long story. I'll get into it in a little bit. So started doing that, and it was really rough. So February, I became a pike. As you can tell, this is my Upsilon, because I'm part of the Upsilon pledge class of the Lambda Zeta chapter at Lambda Zeta chapter at Drexel University. Pi Kappa Alpha is a fraternity. It's super fun, and actually, good luck. I hope if you guys ever see this before the national convention meeting thing in Denver, because we're trying to get our 8th smite in a row. That would be awesome. Just a thought. 8th, 9th, 9th, 9th. Something. It's 8th or 9th. 8th smite in a row. That would be awesome. So that happened. It was great. Because it was nice to have that group of people who were there no matter what. Especially like recovering and everything. March was the national championships. I was not used to losing, and I lost, and it really, really sucked. I lost in the semifinals, and I was actually the alternate for 1 or 2 events. So if people had dropped out, I would have been at the World Championship, or I would be training for the World Championships right now. But obviously that didn't happen. By the way, my hair isn't growing in the same. It's growing a little bit weird. I'm going to have to touch that up in a little bit. But, so yeah, that's that. And then so I decided to spend the summer orientation leading at Drexel University, because I'm awesome. So it's been a really fun summer so far. Met a lot of great people. Networked with a lot of higher-ups. Always a good sign. Alright, so hardships. One particular hardship that a lot of people tend to ask about and wonder about is, how is it dealing with one nut? And to that, I'm just like, in my experience, guys are really just chill and like whatever. It's pretty receptive because it doesn't really make too much of a difference to them. Some girls are freaked out on me though, and it's whatever. Like, grow up. But that's that. Let's see. Post-chemo feelings. So I still, for some reason, don't feel like the chemo's completely out of me yet, and I don't think it logically is. That part really sucks. A lot of this sucks. It's recovery. Deal with it. I'll give you tips later. So, it was just like groggy all the time to start with. And every once in a while I'll still wake up. Like this morning I woke up and I felt a little bit groggy. For no reason whatsoever. And it's just like days like that. It's hard to get started and going again. But through a lot of physical activity, it's been starting to come back to me. So I was working out sucked at the start just because I was like super out of shape, and by super out of shape I mean like I would go near the end of my 3rd chemo cycle, I would go for a 15-minute walk with my ex and done. Like I'd just be tired, I'd have to sit down, and then we'd walk back after sitting around for like 20 minutes because I'd be breathing hard. Walk back, chill out for a couple hours. Doing normal activities was easy, but like a brisk walk was rough. Yeah. I couldn't actually bench press a standard rack bar, like the 20-pound rack bars that people like do tries with and all that stuff, or like skull crushers with. I couldn't do those. Like I could not bench that, and it was ridiculous. It's gotten better since then, but it's still not great yet. So long story short, I was much weaker. Consequence of chemo, you lose due to muscle atrophy. You kind of lose the majority of your muscle mass. And I kept fairly active too, so might have been my fault. Might not have been. Each person's different. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Current stats. After the first breakthrough for me was in February when I did 1 push-up, and to this day I'm really proud of the fact that I got to that 1 push-up because that 1 push-up kept me going, and now I'm at 15 push-ups, which is pretty good. Not good at all, but I'm proud of it. Benching 85 pounds at 4x6. Squat 4x6. All these stats are 4x6. 115. Bent over barbell rows 70. Barbell curl 50. So they're not great stats, but you know what? I'll take them for now, and they're consistently getting better very quickly. Like my bench 2 weeks ago was 70, so I've been experiencing some rapid growth there. And I'm on my supplements, usual stuff: protein, creatine, whey, multivitamins, mass gainer, and that sort of deal. As you can tell, I'm obviously so swole right now. Let's see. Getting that chemo out of your system. So I've been doing a lot of work with antioxidants over the last year, and it's been helping for a good extent. But I've also been trying to eat fresher, healthier, which is so easy since I'm in college now. But you do what you can to get what you can. Bleomycin. So I actually got a bleomycin dog tag because the one thing about bleomycin is that if you ever need surgery, your doctor or your anesthesiologist needs to know that you've had doses of bleomycin so that he can keep you out of a high oxygen environment, like 100% oxygen flow, because that would be really bad for you. It could potentially send you into cardiac arrest. So I have this. It says, you're not going to be able to read that. It says, I've had bleomycin, 270 units, which is the standard for a 3 BEP patient. I think it's 360 units for a 4 BEP patient, if that applies to you. So I had one made. I just wear it around all the time. I wear it under my shirt out of respect to our armed forces. Because I know certain friends of mine who are ROTC don't appreciate people outside of the ROTC wearing dog tags, but it's just the most convenient and cheap way I've found to keep myself safe. So I'm gonna take that. What else? Life goes on. You really have to you have to be driven enough to get in there and really bring yourself back up, because nobody's going to do it for you. Also, I don't know if you can tell, my hair's thin now. When it started growing in, it was really thin and wispy. Like, I'll post a picture below about how thin and wispy it was, or maybe I'll attach it to this, whatever, figure it out. So it's gotten a little bit better, but it's still really thin, as you can easily tell, because you can see my scalp. Eyebrows still pretty thin, especially up here. I got these new glasses, Nikes. I still wear my Rob Strong band because it's awesome. I don't really have too much else. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them to me. I still check this blog regularly, and I get emails whenever somebody comments on anything or sends me a message about anything. Same thing with YouTube if you're watching this YouTube video, because I'm going to upload it on YouTube and then I'll link the YouTube video to my blog. Feel free to send me a message. I'm very active on YouTube as far as responding to people goes. And I love hearing what you guys have to say, your guys' experiences too, because that helps me help other people. I'm currently in the process of becoming a volunteer at the patient-to-patient program at UPenn Med. So the Abramson Cancer Center, which is where my new oncologist is, Dr. James Vaughn. He sees the third most testicular cancer patients in the nation, really, and given that it's most likely somewhere in the top 5 in the world as far as TC patient goes, like TC patient sees. So I'm going to try to become part of the patient-to-patient program there. I submitted my application for that, but I've had a discussion with the coordinator, and he really likes me. He thinks I'd be a good fit for the program, which I hope you guys think so too, considering this whole blog thing is sort of what I'd be doing, except on a person-to-person basis, and helping understand and cope. So feel free to send me questions, feel free to send me comments, feel free to send me fan mail. I've actually gotten some of that. It's really cool when you get it because it makes my day, and it makes me smile, which is always good. Oh, the Relay for Life. I should be the Relay for Life co-chair for the fall, and for this next Relay for Life cycle, and I've gotten very involved with that, which I was involved before, but now I've gotten even more involved. Life is good. I don't really have too much else to talk about. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them below. Seriously, I will answer them to the best of my ability, I promise. You guys know that. Alright. See you, boys. And ladies, and men, and kids, and dogs.